Hi friends, how are you? Lost spring. Do we have experience of lost spring? We have to wait and see, isn't it? Yes. So now here it is, the sixth lecture. And before that, since we are using communicative method, we have to explain all these words first. Okay. So here, command respect. Command respect means your position, your stature will make others respect you. For example, Mahatma Gandhi ji, he commands respect. But there is another way, demand respect means person who has no value or no status, he will ask others, you respect me. When I come here, you should say good morning. Command respect me, automatically you will say good morning. Or when he comes in, you will stand up. That is commanding respect. We can say that there are certain persons who command respect in our society. Teachers, for example, they command respect. Parents command respect because of their position. Next, impoverished. Impoverished means weak, lost strength. All the strength is lost, no vitality, very weak. For example, we can see in slums, you will find many impoverished old men, very weak and lost their vitality. Renovate means make new. Last year, I renovated my house. Only an example. Or you can also say, you renovate your character. Not only a house, you can renovate your character also. Lineage. Lineage means family line. See, he is in the lineage of Varmas. Varma means here you can see Varma is the name attached to or surname of kings. Varma, isn't it? Raja Varma. So he is the lineage of kings, we can say. That family line. Mounds. Mounds means piles, heap, mounds of garbage. You can see mounds of garbage in big cities, right? Drap means pale. Means you wash 100 times pink cloth, it will become drab. Poor people wear drab green dress or white, red or pink or drab, very pale. Then soldering means connecting, actually it means connecting. When the board of a computer is not working well or at fault, you take it to the service center, they will solder it. Solder means connect the loose connections. That is soldering. It's soldering iron, isn't it? Those people, they use soldering iron for repairing. Then tongs of machine. Tongs means instrument for gripping like this. For example, if this is an instrument, tongs like machine. Fingers are like tongs of a machine. Means automatically fingers grip, because every day you are doing that. People here is about bangle makers. So their fingers are like tongs of machines. And then dawn on her. That's a beautiful phrase in English. Dawn on. Suddenly you come to know. Dawn on her. Only yesterday, it dawned on me that I am 80 years old. Till then I was not thinking about it. Dawned on me. Suddenly I came to know. Sanctity of the bangles means the meaning, the importance of the bangles. Sanctity. Importance of the bangles. Very often, girls come to know about the sanctity of bangles when they are about to get married. Sanctity, especially in certain cultures, bangles are they great value, because if the husband dies, immediately they will break their bangles. There is such a custom in certain cultures. Then you have what symbolizes means represents. See, her actions symbolize her innocence. Her actions symbolize her innocence. Draped with means covered with. Usually, brides are draped with the red sarees. Brides are draped with red sarees. Understand? Not black sarees, red sarees. Okay, that's all. Now we come back to the highlights. Today's highlight is the life of the bangle makers. Another character is Savita. So we have come across now two boys. One is Sahib, Alam. Then second one is Lord of the Universe. The second one is Mukesh, was got ambition to become a driver, then motor mechanic, but now he is working with his family, helping the family making bangles, because he belongs to the bangle makers lineage or that family line. And then you have got makers of philosophy. The life of the bangle makers of Firozabad, their customs, superstitions, a life of misery, poverty and blindness. So you can say most of them end up losing their eyesight. So we can say like this, the bangle makers in Firozabad, they are born poor, live in poverty and die in poverty. And also losing their eyesight. Questions we can answer. The last class, I answered the questions before the class began, before the explanation service. That's why, don't think that I have forgotten. And also the questions were too silly. That's the reason why. Sometimes you may think that sir has forgotten. No, I did not forget it, but it is so simple. And also earlier, right from the very beginning of the class itself, I answered those questions, knowingly or unknowingly. That's okay. So today we will do it at the end of the class. Not much older in age, she has begun to command respect as the Behu. Behu means the Behu is the Hindi word, no? That is used for the brother's wife. For the wife of any person is called Behu. Behurani, they say Behurani. Then the Behu, the daughter-in-law of the house. That's the meaning in English. Daughter-in-law of the house, already in charge of 3 men. Her husband, then Mukesh and their father. So she commands respect, has position. Her position is such that all the members of the family respect her. What is her position? She is the Behu, the Behrani, the daughter-in-law, and who is doing all the work at home. Because as you can see, Mukesh's mother is very old. Father is old and blind almost, and she is doing all the work. So she is respected. When the older man enters, she gently withdraws behind the broken wall. That is their custom, tradition. When the elder people come to the house, these behus, they are very young people. So they will first of all withdraw from the center of attraction. Then they will veil their face, cover their face, and brings her veil, means head cover, a cloth, closer to her face, cover like this. As custom demands, daughters-in-law must veil their faces before male elders. So this is the custom. This is the part of their culture. When elder people come home, not necessarily that it is her father or grandfather or any such person, but any male elders. So for example, they come and they will veil their face. That is their tradition, custom. In this, to become more modesty. It's a sign of modesty. In this case, the elder is an impoverished bangle maker. Impoverished, lost all his vitality, his energy, his strength. Bangle maker, after doing years of work, slogging, yesterday we had that word, slogging. Despite long years of hard labor, first as a tailor, then as a bangle maker, he has failed to renovate a house, send his 2 sons to school. A hand-to-mouth existence. That's what I said. Born in poverty, grow up in poverty, and die in poverty. So he could not do anything, back to square one. That means he could not send his sons, 2 sons, including Mukesh, to school. Also, he could not even renovate that house. This is something like a shack we have seen. All he has managed to do is teach them what he knows. What is that he knows? The art of making bangles. It is his karma. That is, it is his karma, his destiny, his fate, says Mukesh's grandmother, who has watched her own husband go blind with the dust from the polishing the glass of bangles. So what has happened to this poor man? He is an impoverished old man and he has been working very hard. First as a tailor, then as a bangle maker, polishing and bangles, glass, there were dust particles. So with that dust particles are harmful to your eyes, but still for a living he had to do it. So now he has lost his eyes. Can a God-given lineage ever be broken? She implied. So she said that this is because of the destiny. This is because of his karma. This is because of his fate. And this, he says that you cannot change your profession because you are born in that particular caste. You are bangle makers. So you have to, this is ordained by God. That's what. So that is, we can say, superstition of the first order. Nothing is, your work is not ordained by God. You can choose any. But tradition and the culture is such, he cannot think differently. That's what he says. Can a God-given lineage? So this is, according to her superstitious belief, this has been imposed on this family by God. God-given lineage. Ever be broken, she implies. Born in the caste of bangle makers. They have been making, they have seen nothing but bangles. Or in the house, the yard, every street in Firozabad, there is nothing but bangles and bangles and bangles. Water everywhere, water. This is not drop. Like that, bangles everywhere, bangles. But after a particular time of your life, you cannot see them. Part of that. You cannot see because you go blind. When spirals of bangles, sunny gold, different colors, paddy green, royal blue, pink, purple, every color born out of the color of the rainbow. So how do they give color to it? Looking at the color of the rainbow. So all the colors of the rainbow, in all the colors of the rainbow you can see bangles here. And also in heaps you will find. Every street in Firozabad, separate bangles, spirals of bangles. You can say piles of bangles. Pink, like that. Colors, like in mounds, in unkept yards. Mounds means heaps. Unkept means not protected. And also shabby. Are piled in four-wheeled handcrafts. Four-wheeled handcrafts pushed by young men along the narrow lanes, thinking lanes of the shanty, poorly built town, shanty town, not well kept, no drainage, no running water, no sewage, such a town. And in dark hutments, small hutments, next to lines of flickering oil lamps, not bright but flickering oil lamps, sit boys and girls with their fathers and mothers, welding pieces of colored glass into circles of bangles. So that's what everybody will be attracted by that. If you go there, you'll find every house, every hutman, not a house, it's a hutman. Small house, shabby, shacks. Part of it is, you can see thatched with the dead grass, and part of it is with the tarpaulin. And inside that, all the members of the family, what do? They sit in lines around flickering lamps. It's not bright lamps. Bright lamps, sometimes they may not be able to do their work, but dim light, you can see. Flickering oil lamps. Boys and girls, they sit and they work. What happened? Welding pieces of colored glass into circles of bangles. Their eyes are more adjusted to the dark than to the light outside. So they have been working in such dim light. Now they can only work in dim light. Because their eyes are adjusted to dark rather than the light outside. That is why they often end up losing their eyesight. So a question can be asked now, why do they end up losing their eyesight? Because one point to remember is that dust from polishing glass. harmful to your eyes. Secondly, injurious to your eyes. Injurious to your eyes. You must have come across that famous advertisement. Alcohol is injurious to your health. Smoking is also injurious to your health. Understand? So don't smoke, don't take alcohol. Then you hear the injuries. Not only that, here it is injurious because they are adjusted to dark rather than light outside. Their eyes are adjusted to the dark than to the light outside. That is why they often end up losing their eyesight before they become adults. Oh my God. Before 35, 40, they will go blind. What a life. What a risky life. What a miserable situation. But still they have to do it because for a hand-to-mouth existence. Nothing more than that. No bank account, nothing. They cannot even renovate their own shacks. They cannot even send their children to schools. All what they can do is, there are no schools. That's another thing. Then, and nearby there are no schools. And plus you have got this problem. That is workforce. Children are workforce there. And we saw in the last class that if the law is properly enforced, 20,000 children will be out of their job. So that means an illegal workforce. They are not legal but illegal. Now Sandy says adults. Savita, a young girl in dark pink, pale pink, because it is very old, dark pink dress, sits alongside an elderly woman soldering pieces of glass. Soldering, using some soldering material, connecting this, welding, as her hands move mechanically like the tongs of a machine. So it moves mechanically. No conscious. Now she is not conscious of that because it is her habit now. See that? This is what I am driving. You are not conscious of driving. No, after some time, just that it is muscular memory. Muscular memory. That's why when old people say at 70, 75 and so on, they learn driving, they end up in what we can say limbo, or either they will go to heaven or hell. Because they don't have the muscular memory. Such a memory is there. And so here, these people have muscular memory. So, like a tongs of a machine, their fingers are working. They are not even conscious of that. You wonder if she knows the sanctity of the bangles she helps to me. She's a young girl now, Savita, but whether she knows the importance, sanctity, how important is this, whether she knows or not, we do not know. It symbolizes an Indian woman's suhag. Suhag means auspiciousness in marriage, suhag. Suhag Ratu. That's a very famous song, Kabhi Kabhi. Kabhi Kabhi, there is a song. Then in one line it is suhag. See, and gungat, as a simatkar. That is, these are the words there. You can go there. I don't want to sing it because then that will be very. You may immediately run away from here, and therefore I don't want to sing. So these words you will find in that song. Suhag, then simat, then what is the other word they said? I told you. These are all about marriage and the related auspiciousness, we can say, in marriage. It will dawn on her. Means she will understand. It will dawn on her. She will understand. It's a good phrase. You should say. Dawn on her. Very often, the importance of studies will dawn on children only after they pass +2. Till then they will think, oh, what is this? They make fun of it and all those things. So, it will dawn on her suddenly one day when her hand is draped means her head is draped with, covered with red veil. Red. That is, in that song I told you, that I don't know, was the actress name Shashika. The actress name Jackie, I think so. No. So she is wearing she is wearing red sari. Because red clothes, red sari and so on, it is connected with marriage, auspicious occasions. Suhag ki dat, this Suhag ki dat, yes. Kabhi you just see that, then you can easily access that song without any difficulty. Then you can see that. And her head is draped with red veil. Her hands dyed with henna. You can see now, women especially in certain cultures, they will find a dye here. Dyed with henna, that means bride. And red bangles rolled on her wrist. So the red bangles up to this. See? Then dye here and a red veil. Then she will understand them. She will then become a bride. So the sanctity of this bangles, she is making. She may not know it now because she is very young. And when she grows old, and it is time for her to become a bride, she will put on red veil, henna. Henna is when she is dyed. You can say dye. Dye of henna you find here, and then plus red bangles rolled on her wrist. So these are, maybe that may be an auspicious occasion. Marriage, the time of marriage may be an auspicious occasion for people, although they are poor in that colony or in that maybe colony in Firozabad, where you find only bangle makers. Everywhere you look around, you will find bangle makers, bangle sellers, pushing handcarts with piles of bangles. Then at home, if you go to the house, you will find that all the members, except when they have to eat something, they are all working and their fingers move like tongues of a machine. So they are not even conscious about their work. So this part of their, you can see, part of their daily activity has become their hands have become machine service to that level. Muscular memory, understand? I hope that you have been following me. Today we don't have much to think about except that you will meet two women, three women you can say. One is the daughter-in-law of Mukesh's elder brother. Then you find Mukesh's mother. You also find Mukesh's father, and you find Sabita. So there are four people. One is male, and you see from their life, just looking at them, their physique and so on, you can understand how impoverished those people are. Lost their eyesight because of this hard work, and because they are working with the help of the flickering oil lamps. That's the thing. Their eyes are adjusted to dark rather than light outside. And plus, it's very injurious to their eyesight is the dust from polishing glass. So, the major issue today is why do they go blind even before they become adults? Last question, answer questions. Now here see, what prevents the bangle makers from taking up other jobs? Because it is the karma. They are born in bangle makers' caste. It is ordained by God, and so they cannot change their job. Next, before they become adults, they lose their eyesight. Why? Two reasons we have seen. One, dust from polishing of glass, and the second is they work. Their eyes are adjusted to dark rather than to light outside. Because they are working we have seen hutments beside flickering lamps. What is the significance of the bangles? Significance of the bangles is, that is, it tells you of the auspiciousness of the marriage. So the suhag, that's the thing. The Indian woman's suhag or auspiciousness in marriage. It represents suhag or auspiciousness in marriage of Indian people. Okay, clear? So practically there's nothing to explain today except that you meet these poor people and what happens to them. They are born poor, live as poor people and die as poor people. There's no scope for them to change because the rooted belief in them is that this is ordained by God. So you cannot get out of this vicious circle. Superstition is one thing. Secondly, there are no other jobs. They don't know anything else. So these are the things why they are in that vicious circle. Bye. Have a nice day.